else. But they may end up getting 6. That would be crazy.
True.
No, they would be 6 and they'll be 6-1 or 6-2.
So what's your gut say about LeBron? I mean, if you got to pick one team, I'm putting you on the spot right now. Where's he going to sign?
Lakers.
I
think it makes sense as far as location. Plus, Bronny's committed to playing to a school in L.A., a high school in L.A. He's committed already. I think the location, as far as what LeBron wants to do after his basketball career, is good.
It's a good spot.
So he can set roots there.
Start making some connections in Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm sure, he already has some.
But start making more.
Another thing is too, you'll be able to see Magic Johnson every day.
Pick his brain. Mogul status. We talked about that.
And Magic Johnson is the ultra mogul. I think he's even more. I have Magic Johnson. Like Michael Jordan has more money than Magic Johnson, but I think as far as business,
that's because of the shoes.
It's because of the shoes and because his agent got him that great deal with Nike, and he just stayed with them, and that's it, right? It's because of shoes, and it's also because he now he's become a billionaire because he got enough money from the shoes to buy an NBA team, and their value's gone up, and so he's a billionaire now. Magic will be a prop. Magic will most likely become a billionaire. Magic Johnson ain't selling Magic Johnson didn't sell the shoes because he contacted HIV and pretty much got bounced from the league. And you know anybody wearing Magic Johnson's shoes?
No, but speaking of going back to Jordan, having controlling stock in an NBA team, would LeBron ever dream of going to play for him? Going to play for his team?
No, I would say no, just because
they're not very good.
That and Jordan's also shown that he actually is not very good at managing a team. It's easily the worst thing he's done. And I didn't get to listen to the whole thing, but Skip was talking about it today.
Yeah, he is not really put together.
He hasn't done it very good. He did not do a good job in Washington, and he has not done a good job with Charlotte. He hasn't done a good job in Charlotte. And they're talking about trade. They just traded away. Yeah,
Dwight Howard.
They traded away Dwight, or is that right? Yeah, Dwight, and then they got Kimba. They're probably going to trade Kimba too. So they're in total rebuilding mode, and they've never really been in contending mode. And so that's that with that. But yeah, he won't go play for him just because he probably liked to pick Jordan's ear, but he won't go play for him just because of that. You know what? Him playing for the Lakers, he probably also will see Kobe around. Yeah, and then he can try to get Kobe. So
I'd say if LeBron does go to any team in the West, it would be the Lakers. But I still think he's going to go to Philly.
One thing too, for as far as that goes, so you have Magic trying to get you to win, and Kobe Bryant's a big legacy guy, and Kobe Bryant's very busy, but
he would take time to help him out
because he would love. I love Kobe Bryant, but I know he would love to take credit for instilling some kind of killer instinct in LeBron.
Absolutely. Because the Mamba mentality.
LeBron's more of like, think it out. I'm gonna put my guys in the position to make the correct play.
And Kobe was just like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, because
I got my foot on your throat. I'm gonna choke you out.
Yeah, and speaking of ownership, I think also LeBron will want Magic's ear because it's almost a given that LeBron will probably be an NBA owner in his life.
It could happen.
Because he sees the wealth value, and he's smart, and he'll probably get into it. He already owns part of a soccer team over in Europe, Liverpool. I can't remember what it was. He bought in for, God, his I think his value in that has grown like 200% or something since he bought into Liverpool. The funny thing is, Liverpool played in the Champions League. They played in the Champions League game, and if they would have won, LeBron would have got a championship ring from his Liverpool soccer team.
Oh, nice.
But they lost to I think it's Real. But anyways, yeah. So I think LA, and then they'll get either probably Kawhi, or I don't know. Kawhi Leonard's the big one. They'll get another, but LeBron won't go there unless he knows another guy's going.
Yeah. So, he's not going to go try to carry a different team.
Yep.
So, all right, back to the NFL. Jameis Winston, this is actually breaking news today, just in the last few hours. Jameis Winston was suspended 3 games for conduct detrimental to the league. He allegedly groped an Uber driver way back in 2016. Now, I don't know the exact date of when that happened, but I know allegedly happened in 2016. And so the NFL has suspended him for 3 games due to that. My question is, why is this just now coming out? Why did this Uber driver not come forward sooner? If this was 2016, I mean, we're in June of 2018, so at worst, it was a year and a, I mean, at least it was a year and a half ago. At most, I mean, it could have been 2.5 years ago.
So she didn't go to the police. She only filed a complaint with Uber. But it doesn't say if she did it right away.
Okay.
So, but she never went to the police. She just said something. So he grabbed her crotch while they were in a drive-thru at a Mexican restaurant. Now I'll say this. Man, this dude is a knucklehead, right?
He is. It is documented that he has made some bonehead decisions.
So if this dude is wasted or buzzing or whatever, which is probably why he took an Uber. I don't know, man. Is there a possibility he did do it?
There is. I mean, and I just want to say there is no, we're not endorsing ever grabbing a woman unwanted. Don't do things you shouldn't with your hands. Don't grab a woman, in the crotch, breast, whatever. Don't do those things. We're just saying this has never been proven, so it allegedly happened. But if he did do it, then yes, he should be punished.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of...
kind of the same with all this Hollywood stuff that's coming out now from 30, 40 years ago. Why are all these women doing it now? Why not do it when it happened? But, I don't know.
It's tough to... I think it might be tough to talk about. So this lady, she... happened in 2016. In November 2017, she had an interview with BuzzFeed. And then BuzzFeed put it out there, and then probably the NFL got a hold of that story, and then just did their own investigation.
Has checked into it, yeah.
She told BuzzFeed that she wanted to tell the truth about a powerful man who felt entitled to my body when all I wanted to do is my job. Uber confirmed to ESPN that Winston's writing privileges were revoked. So they Uber because of that, Uber just deleted him off. He can't use the app anymore. Mm-hmm. Winston denies the allegations. He believes the woman was mistaken regarding the number of passengers in the car and his location within the vehicle. So does that mean
maybe one of his boys did it?
I mean, somebody did it.
So maybe one of the other guys in the car did it. I mean, there's no reason to ever do that. You and I have both taken Ubers multiple times. When we've been out, had some beverages, and can't drive. And I've never grabbed an Uber driver inappropriately.
Never even thought about it.
I mean, yeah, it's not it's just hey, thanks for getting me home safe.
The thought should never cross your mind.
No. I mean, and so yes, if he did it, then yes, he should be punished.
So, Winston's saying there was 3 guys in the car. The girl saying it was only Jamius.
Okay.
So we'll see. And saying more details are going to come out because actually the official. And
I'm guessing he'll appeal his suspension.
So they're saying he actually might not because it's proven to be fruitless. Because Zeke tried to and it didn't work and it drug it out and so Jameis.
That is true.
And then another thing about Jameis's contract is the way it's set up. Yes, he is making $20.6 million this year, but the base salary is only $900,000, so he loses $120,000 out of his $20 million. He may end up just taking the suspension,
taking the loss.
Take the loss. He may end up doing that. He'll talk to his lawyer and figure it out. So,
yeah.
But
smarter people than me will advise him on what to do.
So he actually hasn't been given the official suspension yet. They said it's coming Friday, so it's coming tomorrow. So then we'll probably get more details about it. But I'll tell you what the NFL is doing. The NFL will say this. The NFL is basically saying, don't ever put yourself in a position.
Absolutely.
Which if he didn't do it, he didn't. I don't know. Maybe he should. I don't know. But NFL's pretty hardcore about this stuff.
Do you feel that since the Ray Rice incident, the NFL has been harder or quicker to make a ruling on this kind of stuff.
Because they were slow-mo on Ray Rice?
Yeah, and
when Ray Rice was so apparently in the wrong, he's dragging his woman, or he's dragging
that, and that video came out later, like after.
Dude, yeah, that's brutal.
And so I personally think the NFL now is like taking a harder stance on stuff.
Do you blame them?
Because they messed up on that.
Do you blame them for that?
No.
I don't either.
They got to protect the shield.
100%, right? No one's going to fault him for doing this suspension. They might say some people might say it's a little harsh, especially when no police report was filed. This is all private investigation.
Yeah.
So no police report. I would say this: if you're in the NFL and you're going to make $20.6 million this year, you probably have a Centurion American Express card. Use their concierge service. Get yourself a freaking limo, or get yourself a town car. Sit in the back and have somebody drive you. Don't use $20 Uber.
I mean, yeah, that's my thing. Like, if you're making $20 million, and you know you're going to go out and you're going to drink, and you don't want to drive, you don't want you want to take 3 or 4 of your buddies out, which, hey, great. Take 3 or 4 of your buddies out. But get a limo, rent it for the night. I mean, say it costs $5,000 to rent a limo for the night. For 8 or
I don't think it's not.
I mean, I'm saying that's on the high side. So you're going to spend $5,000, and you're going to all sit in the back, and the driver's going to be up front and not ever really know what's going on.
Well, shoot, if he gets his if he has a Centurion card, I think it's free.
Yeah,
I think the driver thing's free. So he's just got to be in contact with American Express, and they set it up for him. But
and you can't tell me either. Like, NFL teams don't have contingencies for this. Like,
they do.
There's not a guy on an NFL roster, if you're an important guy, or even if you're a lowly guy, there's not a team number you call. Hey, I got a little too drunk at such bar in Tampa. Can you come grab me?
Yeah, and there's also let's be clear here too. We're talking about a star player who's making $20 million this year. I'm not talking about the practice squad guy.
Yeah.
Talking about the $20 million guy, you're going to go out, and the NFL. Another thing the NFL is doing, they might be sending a message to the player. Or I'm sorry, they might be sending a message to the player saying, "Hey, you need to protect yourself more." Like I said, I guess it goes back to the same thing of not putting yourself in that position.
I mean, you can't tell me there's not a quality control coach or a volunteer guy that's like his responsibility.
I know you mean to tell me there's not a dude that works for the team that is like a designated, like, I'm going to pick guys up from the bar if they get too
yeah.
Do you know? We didn't just think of this. They have that.
They do.
They have a number you can call.
I mean, there has to be a contingency.
Now, I'm sure the guy that goes and picks him up has to report it to the team, or actually probably maybe not.
Well, I would bet he reports it, like, maybe just to the head coach or something.
It would be a verbal thing, not a write it down. Hey, he wouldn't write nothing down and hand it to him.
No, but
it would be a
hey,
verbal.
Coach, last night I picked up Jameis, from such bar.
Just letting you know.
At, 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever, and he was drunk. But I'm sure the coach would be like, you know what, he's an adult, it's the off season. Which you said that happened in November, so I guess they still would have been playing. But
no. She went to the BuzzFeed in November.
Oh, okay.
2016 doesn't
say when in 2016. Okay, but still, I mean, there's ways around this. I mean, you can't tell me there's not an NFL guy out for every team that's his kind of deal. Hey, this guy's in trouble, go fix it. Or this guy drank too much, go pick him up.
I mean, the thing about it, too, is this dude was ripe for somebody to try to take advantage of him because he paid that lady off.
Young guy.
We paid that lady off that accused him of rape from Florida State.
And he took the crab legs or whatever from wherever when he was in college.
So this guy is a total target for people that are trying to get paid or whatever through like lawsuits and stuff. So,
all right. Well, quickly as we wrap up things here, we've been talking about for a while that the Royals needed to trade anyone with any value.
Yep.
Well, this week they pulled the trigger. Kelvin Herrera, who was part of our World Series run a few years ago. Will always be loved here in Kansas City, I would say. But we traded him for 3 players, an outfielder, Blake Perkins, third baseman, Kelvin Gutierrez, and a pitcher, right-handed pitcher, Yohannes Morel.